Two heads of the country's intelligence agencies appeared on Capitol Hill. They testified about a number of security threats that face the U.S. Skylar Henry reports that the talks range from the war in Ukraine, which they say is not going to end anytime soon, to the protests over the war in Gaza on college campuses right now across the country.
The heads of the U.S. intelligence agencies appeared on Capitol Hill and told lawmakers China, Russia, and Iran are increasingly working together against American interests.
China is working to develop its own form of multilateralism while deepening its relationship with Russia and Iran in particular.
Avril Haines, the director of national intelligence, testified that China and Russia are making preparations for cyber attacks on the U.S. in case there is a war with America.
Both China and Russia effectively trying to pre-position themselves in ways that would allow them to conduct those kinds of attacks.
She said the vulnerabilities could, in most cases, be easily prevented.
And in virtually all of the attacks we've seen against U.S. critical infrastructure, cyber actors took advantage of default or weak passwords, unpatched known vulnerabilities, and poorly secured network connections to launch relatively simple attacks.
The intelligence chiefs say Iran is taking advantage of Israel's war with Hamas to expand its influence throughout the Middle East.
How the current conflict between Hamas and Israel is resolved is likely to determine regional dynamics for decades.
While Israel's war with Hamas has stirred tensions around the world, the intelligence chiefs say the college protests happening around the country aren't being stoked by misinformation on the internet, at least not yet.
Well, I would expect other countries to take advantage of the opportunity and use it as part of influence operations, but we'll continue to monitor that.
They say disinformation campaigns centered around the presidential election are in full swing. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And some Republican lawmakers, including Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton, are against the Biden administration's plan to allow some Palestinian refugees into the U.S. The National Intelligence Director stood by the process, though, to vet potential refugees.